Hello.
Hey.
So if you've been following our vlogs, you know that this is going to be our last video since we fly home tomorrow. It's been a great vacation. We've had lots of fun. We've been keeping a few notes, doing these vlogs of things that we've forgotten to talk about, so we're going to touch on them now. So first thing on our list, first I need to learn how to speak correctly. First thing on our list is me saving a girl's life on the Paris Metro.
Well, you had a couple of incidents.
Actually, a couple different ones on the Metro in Paris. First one, a lady was running to get on the train, stuck her arm in the door as it closed. I ran up there and opened the door, pulled her arm out. Second time, same thing. We were already on the train, and a girl was running to get on the train.
Following her friend.
And it was one of the platforms where there was a guard door and then the train door. So the guard door closed, but then the train door closed on her. So she was actually between the train and the guard door for the platform.
Like this, between her shoulders.
And at first she was kind of laughing because her friend didn't make the train, and her friend was kind of laughing. But you could just see, like, for the first 5 seconds, it was, haha, oh no, I'm stuck. But then you could just see the terror fill her face. So I grabbed her by the wrist and just pulled her on the train, and then the doors closed and the train left. So if you're in a big city, don't run to get on the train. Just wait and calmly get on it. If you miss one, just get on the next one.
They have little pictures that tell you what not to do. She did every single one of those.
She did everything you're not supposed to do. And she was a local.
Mm-hmm.
So don't run to get on the train. Second thing on the list.
Well, you also had the little girl that almost ran
Oh, and today in London, a mother was sitting with her baby, and I'm assuming it might have been her mother was next to her, but her other daughter, who was a little older, was sitting next to her, and the train stopped, and the little girl almost ran off the train. I had to grab this woman's child. I didn't grab the child, but I kind of almost grabbed her and corralled her back. The mother was busy with the other child, but the little girl almost jumped off, so that was almost bad as well. I can't imagine the panic as a parent to have your child get off the subway and be left. She was a little girl. So many crazy things on the subway. Tube metro etiquette. If you're visiting a big city, just try not to be so touristy. Stand out of the way, be polite, be courteous.
In most tube stations when you're going, generally if you're in a European country, on the escalators, you stand off to the right if you just want to stand and ride the escalator. Unlike in the United States where we stand wherever we want. There's actually people in other countries that want to get somewhere. So basically, you stand to the right, and everyone who wants to get up where they're going will run past you on the left hand. That's same on stairs, things like that. Stay to an edge, because there are people who want to go past and need to go faster, so don't block.
Yeah, we're all on vacation. They're trying to get to work. So we just work with them, and just remember, we're not in our country. So be polite, because it really reflects on other people from your home country.
Another thing about the metro. If locals are queuing up for a lift, or an elevator as we like to call it, do it. Yeah. We learned this the hard way.
Yeah, the
hard way. I was dying.
So what happened was, we got off at this metro, or a tube stop in London, and we saw all the locals queuing up for an elevator, and we thought, why would we wait for an elevator? Well, the locals knew how many stairs to the top of
Imagine
exit.
A spiral staircase that never ends. Ever.
If I had to guesstimate, it was probably easily 100 or more steps to the top. And it was spiral, so yeah, we didn't expect that. Anyways, there's that. What's the next thing?
Okay, so the next thing is
things to not spend money on. There's plenty of things to waste money on when you're on vacation. like I think we said in one of our very first videos, if you're going to waste money, in my opinion, you can do what you want. It's your money. In my opinion, get food. Food is such a great way to experience a culture. And not...
Don't go to the touristy stands. Go to the local stands with the local people.
Yeah. Just like coffee at home, I like coffee really sweet. Mm-hmm. I love coffee, but I have to have it creamy and sweet. But here, I've really not had sweet coffee. I've just been drinking cappuccino.
Espresso is everywhere.
They're not my favorite, but I think through the last 10 days, I've really actually come to enjoy them. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would spend my money on. Local things, local food. There are tons of things to waste your money on, and there's all kinds of tourist traps and touristy things to do. I would recommend doing tourist things. They're tourist things for a reason. For example, going to see Big Ben. Huge tourist attraction. Just don't buy all the trinkets. You don't have to buy the little figurines of Big Ben.
When you go out to shows, you don't need the program. The program's not like here at home, like back at home, where it tells you the stuff. They have all this promotional pictures and things like that. If you want that to save for a memento, then by all means go do it. It's really just a book that has pictures. It's not really anything that's special.
Yep. And a lot of the times they don't tell you, they just ask you if you want a program, and you say sure, and then you're already roped in, you're like, oh,
10
well,
euros.
That's 10 pounds or 10 euros. That actually happened to us at Moulin Rouge. You asked if we wanted a program, I'd already said yes.
Someone felt bad.
10 euros. I felt bad.
We literally did not open it.
I got it, and I immediately regretted it. So I now have a program for the Moulin Rouge.
Hey.
It's neat, but it's exactly what I'm telling you not to do. Don't spend your money on that kind of stuff. You don't need it. Next thing on the list is how to save money for a big trip. Real quick, I'll just tell you how we do it. It works for us. It might help you. So when we first got married, we discussed our finances. We both get paid. We have a joint account. Money goes into it. We pay our bills. That's number one priority. I have a separate account. I have a set amount that goes into my account. And that's my money to spend on whatever I want. So if I want something, I go get it. I never wanted to be in a marriage where I had to ask permission to go buy something that I wanted. Likewise, Brianna gets tips from her job. I don't question what she does with those tips. If she wants to go shopping, she's free to go shopping, as long as it doesn't take away from our household bills. That's number one priority. If we need to take away from either one of those sources to pay our bills, paying bills is always first. Mm-hmm. But with travel, and after we're making travel a priority, I save my money for trips. Brianna does the same with her tips. She contributes by, you got our passports, our passports,
travel cards.
Brianna paid for that. She paid for the travel cards. So she saves her trips and pays for some of that stuff, and I paid for other things, and we work together and pay for our trips out of our fun money. But number one priority always is paying bills and paying off debt. So there's that. That works for us.
And sometimes what I'll do too is, after I have a set amount that our bills are, require, and then I have a rough amount that my groceries require. And basically what I do is right before the next paycheck, whatever is left over that we haven't used from them, I will just go ahead and just throw that into our savings.
Oh.
You're going to go through the same cycle again. If it's extra, so what if it's only $5-10? But I still always put something away, no matter what.
And we've also started our new savings program.
Mm-hmm.
We keep saying that thing on Facebook where it saved $1 week 1, $2 week 2. Basically, it's a 52-week savings program. We started doing that, so we're going to try that. But we've challenged ourselves. Instead of saving $1 the first week, I said to Brianna, why wouldn't we save $50 the first week? If we can save $50 the first week, and the second week we save $20, we're actually saving way more than the savings plan requires, but we're still following that. So theoretically, we should have more money.
And that program, I actually, to make it simpler, because we don't have readily available cash every week, because we get paid certain days. So what I did was broke down the weeks per paid period, and then I just do that as a whole lump sum just to make it easier, and I already know how much is going to come out, so I act that like a bill.
Yep. So that's how we've been saving for our trips, real quick. Helicopter. Being this high in the Shard, we wanted to talk a little bit. We've seen helicopters fly by, and they're pretty close. Like, you could almost reach out and touch them.
Mm-hmm.
Saw 2 Chinook helicopters fly by while we were in the pool yesterday.
That was so cool.
That was pretty cool. Next thing, ear popping. This building is so tall, when you ride the elevator, your ears pop.
Up and down. It's actually kind of fun, and it's really weird.
Yeah. Just, I don't know, something we noticed that we didn't talk about in our other vlogs. Toilet.
Yay.
We talked about the toilet a little bit when we got here in one of the first London vlogs. This toilet in this hotel is amazing. It has a heated seat.
Who knew you actually needed that? Middle of the night, you know, when you go to the bathroom and you totally cringe.
I have cringed. Every time I've sat on I've cringed. And then I've sat down and I went, oh yeah, heated toilet seat.
It's so nice.
Like, it's... Who knew?
So nice.
Who knew that you needed that in your life? The little thing that washes the undercarriage, also really nice. The
bidet.
Bidet, yeah.
Isn't that called bidet? I think
yeah.
it's called bidet.
I gotta say, it's nice. It fluffs and buffs and
deodorizes your tush.
It does things that are magical and I mean, it's disgusting but amazing at the same time.
We were totally getting one for our tiny house.
When we have a tiny house.
When we have a tiny house, we're getting one.
Brianna is alluding to, we have a 14-year plan to quit travel world, and then after that's finished, we want to build a tiny house. So that's what she's alluding to. Someday we hope to have a tiny house.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all the things we had to talk about. Hopefully, with this next year, we have big ambitions. We had big ambitions last year of saving for this trip. I think we set our sights high, staying in places like the Shard. It's not cheap to stay here. If you want to stay here, absolutely do it.
Do it.
Make it a goal. It is awesome.
Just set the goal.
Just make sure that it's in your budget. Set the budget, set the goal, and do it. The Pullman in Paris, same thing. It was a lofty goal for us, but we achieved it.
Mm-hmm.
We got the money saved. We were able to stay there, and it was wonderful.
It was perfect.
Next year, we have bigger ambitions. We want to pay off half of our collective debt and save for a trip to Tokyo. Which, with as much money we saved last year, we actually already have a jump start on saving for Tokyo. So, yeah. So I think Tokyo for us will be a good goal. We're not completely set on Tokyo just because of political climate and things like that.
We have a few
We watched that, but we have different ideas on where we might want to go. Things like Chiang Mai, Thailand, possibly, or who knows? If neither one of those work out, we might go to Cancun. We don't know. But I think our big goal is to pay off half of our collective debt to get us closer to our ultimate life goal, which is
traveling,
to quit our jobs and travel full-time for at least a minimum of a year. We would like to go on a year trip when our kids are old enough and out of the house. I know it's a long ways away, but you gotta have dreams. Makes the working every day worth it, right? So those are our goals, and that's some of the tips and tricks that we use to save money. Some of the things we didn't talk about. So we hope you enjoyed following us on our travel vlogs, on our vacation.
We had fun making these videos.
We had lots of fun making them, and maybe we'll see you again next year. We'll do the same thing possibly in Tokyo. Other than that, I guess we'll see you through the year in our everyday normal life. So
yay!
Thanks for following us if you didn't follow us, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.